Hey everybody. Hey YouTube. Hello, all survivors of cyber torture, of targeting with directed energy weapons. It's really late. It's like 12:53 a.m. So it's about 1 a.m. Here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. While I kind of wait for some people to get in chat, I'm gonna play some non-copyrighted music and see if you guys can hear me through the music, maybe. I'm just gonna play some music, kind of wait for some people to get in chat for like a minute, Hey Steven, what's up, man? Play a little bit of this, see how loud it is. I'm gonna try and keep it kind of quiet until some people kind of show up. Hey, what's up, Mando Drops? What's up, man? Of course you're up this late, obviously. Nothing much, Punisher, man. I just woke up a couple of hours ago. I'm doing like, I guess, relatively okay. Yeah, we got 7 people in chat. I'm gonna turn the. I don't like talking through the music, but I'm gonna find a way to do intros with music. I'm always just shut it off because there's enough people in chat already. Yeah, Steven, I don't know. I'm doing okay, relatively okay. The remote neural manipulation's really bad, like to my nervous system, like my upper spine and stuff like that, in my brain. They're doing a lot of really, really weird stuff with my thoughts and emotions and things like that. But I'm barreling through, you know. And hey, Tanya, hey, Karen, how are you guys doing tonight? I really didn't feel like, and hey, Tansy. Tansy says, hi, Kyle, and beautiful people. Hey, Tansy. How have you been doing, Tansy? I haven't talked to you in forever. But yeah, I didn't even really feel like doing a live stream tonight. I was like, I'll do a short video, but I haven't been on in a while, and I just wanted to kind of come on and say hey and go through something. I wanted to go through something else on the UN thing after I went over the Janet Phelan thing on the last video, to show kind of what everybody's saying about it. And then I've got some articles, but I mean, we can kind of just hang out and talk. You did, Punisher? That's awesome. I don't think they're going to come after us for talking about targeting. Like if you have a targeted individual channel and you're not talking about all the other tyranny, I don't think they're going to come after us. Usually they do shadow ban a lot for it. Yeah, I'm rambling right now. I'm trying to get my brain going. I'm doing really bad. I'm doing really bad. I hope you guys are doing okay. I'm doing okay. I just haven't been listening to Dave Case's CD a lot. And I got a good combination, guys. It just the theory of this, we can use it is the lead cap or something like that, and then underneath it you do the Dave Case CD or pleasing music or some kind of frequencies to go to the inner ear, so you're blocking out some of it, some of the intensity, and then you're kind of mopping up underneath. You're cutting off the biorelevant feedback loop. It works when I do it, but when I don't use Dave Case CD and like if I fall asleep in my chair, I feel about 10 times worse all the time. It's really bad. I don't know how people do it without using Dave Case CD and like all the stuff that I use. I don't know what I would do. Tansy says, I'm doing good, just living in my rooftop tent with my son and 2 dogs living in the car. It's been interesting. So you had to leave your house, Tansy? I'm sorry. I didn't know that. Okay, and Punisher, you changed that account? Okay. Craig says, feel like I've been set up from day one. Yeah, I feel like that too, Craig. Like from the day of my birth. I'm getting really bad vehicular stalking, but I'm up so late at night. My schedule's so messed up that I'm missing the gang stalkers around my house. And this one gang stalker, she's like an older blonde lady with a dog. And the other day, like I was walking Pepper and I was coming in and she was coming out to do her like kind of synchronistic. I'm walking out at the same time as you're walking in. And she had this huge, like one of those huge plexiglass masks. And she started like talking to me and she was like, "Does your dog know my dog yet?" And she went to get into a conversation. It was like kind of weird. And I just like kind of kept walking and I was like, "That's a cool plastic." Really rude. It was awesome. But if I stay up real late, usually I won't have a lot of gang stalkers around my place. Just the frequencies to my brain and my nervous system are just ripping me up. And hey, TJ, Craig says the perps are draining a battery. Yeah. Hey, Samia. Samia, did you get my email? Sammy says, "Hello, room. Jesus is still Lord. Amen. Amen." You want to hear some of the music that I had kind of lined up? I'm going to start playing this non-copyrighted dubstep music. I don't know how loud it is for y'all, because things sound really quiet for me, but for you guys, like I'll listen to the video back and the volume's like way better. You still did? I resent it, Samia. I sent you an email. You didn't get that one. Then you sent me another email, and I replied, and I put the other email that you didn't get on it, and you still didn't get it. Okay, Sammy says, "God bless you, Tanya. Been praying for you and your family." Cool. You should have gotten that one. I'll try and send it. I'm sending it to your email. I've sent it like 2 times. I guess it could be our perpetrators. Just kind of, and I think I don't know if on the second one I sent you my number or not. I sent it to you 2 times. It's your email, because then you sent me an email. Okay. Well, I'll send it after this. I'll send it again, I guess. Karen says, "Craig, you've probably been a lifetime victim, possibly generationally." Yeah, it feels like something was massively going on with my dad. Like his teeth are really bad, my teeth are really bad. He, got heavy targeting and got an aneurysm from it. I don't know if me or my dad was targeted first. I don't blame him at all, but I'm like, did he do something because he was in the telecom industry? Did he piss somebody off? He was supposed to do this case where he was like the star witness against these people who wanted certain bandwidths, right? He was like dealing with bandwidths. And so, let me answer this text. But he was dealing with bandwidths and he had to go to court against, it wasn't WorldCom, and my mom and my dad won't tell me the company. I sometimes wonder if they were getting revenge on him for being the star witness. Hey, Mando, oh shoot, man, I almost dropped that phone right there. I'm drinking a stupid Monster energy drink because it's the only ones we have out in the machine outside, and it probably has nanotechnology in it. Like Monster energy drink probably has like nanoparticulates in it, because I've felt a lot worse lately. I mean, I'm just, maybe not, but look, this 666. These, if anybody didn't know this, you can look it up. Monster Energy drink. They put this is 6 in Arabic or Hebrew. I'm not sure, but 666. The monster clause. It's really satanic. Who knows what they put in? Some kind of poisons. Maybe I'll turn into the Hulk or like Spider-Man or something, or Captain America. Hey, Ann, how are you doing? Tanya says, losing my whole family from microwave weapons and cyber torture. Yeah, my whole family, like my aunt, is definitely targeted really bad. My dad almost died from it. My mom is targeted, but they're doing it to her very, very subtly, and messing up her nervous system in her back. Yeah, Tansy says not a good vibe with that brand. Definitely not. Like I need to just get NOS, and I just need to not drink them. If I don't have an energy drink at my house. Oh, Samia, is this Hebrew or Arabic? Is this Hebrew or Arabic? The hooks, like the little hooks that go up. Is it Arabic or Hebrew? I can't. I just can't believe you're not getting those. I resent the one that I sent to you. I'm just gonna keep. I'm gonna send it like 5 times the next time I send it to you. They must be. They must be cutting that off because I'm really making an effort. Like I can't get back to everybody, but I'm making an effort to do at least like answer like 2 emails a day or something like that. You know, kind of get. Okay, so Punisher says, yup, SHP is doing great. More are exposing the medical data floating through the network. Real, I've looked into it myself. Yeah, SHP is doing great work. Everybody subscribe to her channel, SH space P. Go to her channel and subscribe. She's finding tons of stuff connected to ISP, our ISP address, tons of stuff on our wireless network and things like that. People hooked into it. Other contractors who may not even be your contractor hooking into your wireless network to collect data, which your implant may be on, right? It's just kind of sorting all that information out. I know she's working at it. She's got a bunch of other people working at it, and Punisher's working on it too. I got to talk to you, man. I've just been missing. We've been missing each other. So, okay, Craig says, yup, Monster has a 6/6 type of thing going on. Looks like the nails, they sacrificed our Lord and say, no, it's not that. It's like 6. It's like no, it's like literally, it's not a 666 type thing. This symbolizes 666. These are either Arabic or Hebrew 6s. I think it's Arabic. These are Arabic 6s. The little hook thing. So this is literally says 666 in either Hebrew or Arabic on the can, right? So I mean, like everything is like infiltrated and corrupt, and I gotta get. Mando Drop says, do you want to stop the attacks and punish the attackers? Yeah, I do. I've been targeted for so long and murdered for so long, and I know a lot of people don't understand it. I want to stop the torture and neutralize my attackers and cut them off as much as I can and have victories in my life and help people that I love. I'm not too big on the revenge thing. I know a lot of targeted individuals. I want to get them back, blah, blah. I did for many, many years, but this is how you make your attackers really, really mad. You help people, you stay real good, you stay with the good soul that you had before. You get victories in your life. You hit this thing on a big level, right? We hit this thing with the UN stuff, with getting the activism going, with getting the information out, with getting media going. Somebody emailed me, and I got to email them back. They're trying to get everybody who went to Dr. Hoffer together to get some media attention, to maybe get on a news program or something like that, right? I'm going to be working with that. Things are popping off. Now, what you don't want to do, and we do it, and I do it too, right? If you're yelling at your attackers and you're like, I hate y'all, and I want to kill y'all, and I'm going to get revenge, they got you right where they want you. They're like happy that you're angry and that you want revenge on them. So it's about like neutralizing, cutting them off, dealing with good people, and then bringing this whole thing down in a big way through activism, organizations, and all those things. Very angry. If you are going you're like, I'm going to get my attacker, screw this whole big program. I'm going to find them. I know who they, well, you know, if you know who they are, then you should find them. But if you're like focused on them and you're rageous and you're like, I'm going to spend my whole life getting vengeance on you, I'm going to get something, I'm going to do, they're happy about that. Or at least my attackers were very happy about that. Now what I'm doing now, and I'll tell you what, guys, I need to make a video on V2K for some of you guys who feel like you're going to go just insane from the V2K because it's just psychic driving all the time. Like I noticed it last night, and I noticed this a lot of nights. Sometimes the V2K will be going, right? It's trying to psychic drive. It's there. It's audible. I can hear it. But somehow, like, there's this adaptation that, like, it can be audible, yet I'm paying attention to other stuff, and I can just choose to hear what they're saying now. Like, your brain and your body can adapt in so many ways. I don't want to focus on these pieces of crap anymore. They're murderers. They don't have good lives. They're not happy. And I'm talking about the human operators who microwave us. Gang stalkers know even less. I mean, I don't know. The revenge that we can get, and this is what makes my attackers get real mad, and they get real, like last night, they were like stressed out and they were yelling a lot. Like the manual stuff was yelling a lot because like I'm ignoring them and I'm like working on big stuff. It's hard to do though. I mean, it's hard to not like, this is from like many years, right? Even just the last 2 years, it started to be like where I could ignore them, right? The first couple of years, just talking back to them all the time, couldn't stop. It's like a human instinct that you're responding to something that's attacking you. I don't know that people feel different. It may be cathartic right now in the situation you're in to get very mad at them, and that might be healthy. But I think eventually, I hope this doesn't go on for like many more years. But you'll find out that that'll burn you off, and it's only bad for you. It keeps you in the cycle that they want. So I kind of have a neutral. I do not know who my attackers are. I don't know them personally. I've never seen them. They made me think it was my neighbor and his wife. They did a real good job of tricking me. But these are just contractors. They NSA. I'm not sure, but these people. I've never seen them in my life. Maybe I've seen them in the street. Maybe one of them has like come by me, like they're like, he won't know who we are or something like that. But I've never knowingly seen my Hive Mind team members. I think a lot of us have never seen our Hive Mind team members. I know a lot of people disagree with that, and we can have disagreements, but and do what you think is right? This is all unprecedented. So we got to do some wacky, wild things, right? But I find that when we focus on each other, we focus on taking down the big picture. If you're taking down take down the program, or trying to get a court case, or trying to do it legal wise, but you're staying as logical and as even as your attackers are going to be really pissed, because their whole objective is to get you yelling at them and angry at them and lathered up and in this cycle, right? So maybe you're not paying attention, and you know, with the targeting, it's hard to pay attention, but they want you really mad, right? Tansy says, so true, Kyle. Focus on what they don't want you to. Give me a second, guys. Let me play my music. I'm gonna find some really regular good music that I like. So we're testing some things out. Let me just answer this text real quick, guys, and then I'm gonna share my screen and show you guys something. I think I like Pogo. You know, Louder with Crowder plays Pogo a lot. I really like Pogo. Oh, let me play a Pogo song. I wonder if it's copyrighted. Have you guys ever heard Pogo? I'll do my favorite Pogo song with. Let me share my screen and show you guys this. I think this is okay. Let me show you guys this real quick while I answer this text. I'm going to share my screen. Check this guy out. You can listen to his music. It can really give you some peace, you know, with the target. It can kind of, well, it can't neutralize the targeting, but it can kind of give you some peace, you know, listening to this. I'm really messed up right now. Like all around my head just feels torn up. So this song's called Boy and Bear. Check this out, guys. So he takes old like Disney movies and stuff like that, and then he like mixes them. It's great. I don't want to make it too loud.
Christopher Robin, what exactly is doing nothing?
Well, I'm told it means going along, listening to all the things you can't hear, and not bothering.
I love Pogo. He's so creative. Y'all check this guy out, Pogo. And you'll notice, like, if you watch Steven Crowder, he plays all of Pogo's songs. Okay. Okay, I just kind of wanted to show you all that. Okay, I'm going to come back. Let me open my tablet real quick. Just so I can see you guys in chat. Mando says they are using demonic knowledge, sending them to hunt us, to hunt you, send the spells back, be a man and counterattack with logic and God's ultimate truth. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's a good spirituality is a big part of this, right? But yeah, demonic knowledge. For me, it's like militaristic, and it's like they've got a lock on me. It's kind of a drone type thing, you know. And I've got the human operators. I don't think they really consciously, like my attackers. They're not like we're Satanists doing a ritual or something. I think subconsciously maybe it's that, and that's what the top of the pyramid wants all these like human operators to do. But you know, mine's more militaristic. It's like the people are just like, yeah, we've been hired to do this. They're using very, very advanced technology. A lot of parts of the electromagnetic spectrum that really public science hasn't put a lot of stuff out on, like photonic energy and scalar waves. Yeah, Sammy says, Kyle, I actually have videos where you can literally see the magnetic waves. Yeah, if you get perfect light, like if light's coming through the window at like 5 o'clock or like really, really late in the day, you can catch it. You can catch a glimpse of the stream, you know, coming through. And maybe in some other circumstances, like I know that there's tons of pictures of the directed energy starting fires, right? Starting some fires in California. Cool. Okay, Ann, thanks for coming. Yeah, I'm on a weird sleep schedule, so I'll probably be up the rest of the night. Hey, Rose. Rose says, but what does your IP address on your computer have to do with your gang stalking if all TIs have implants? I watched SHP's videos. I think that your whole wireless network that your computer's on, that your tablet's on, that your phone is sometimes on. Sometimes when you bring your phone out, it will be on Bluetooth, but you have this wireless network that your modem and stuff is on. They may actually even tie our implants into that wireless network, like, because we're in a certain area and our attackers are like collecting they can hack into our computers, can hack the implant and stuff like that. So I think when you're looking up ASN and things like that, some implants are in the wireless network. I'm not 100% sure about that. Sorry, guys. You guys got to watch SA. On the ASN number, there's definitely some stuff going on. I haven't done enough that, and I don't have I'm not saying I have a problem with what she's doing. She's doing great. I'm just saying, like, for me, it's like, how do we prove that person connected to that ISP number is involved in this? Just because, because some organizations are connected to all of our ISP numbers just because it's communications, right? It's like a communication system. It's a telecom system where one telecom system is going to be on everybody's ASN number. So it's just sussing out all that stuff. And I think SHP is trying to do that, Hey, Jerusha. Jerusha says, I'm here. Hello, everybody. Hello, Jerusha McBear. Welcome. Paul says, it's effed up when they mess with my dreams. Yeah, it's so messed up. They're usually trying to put triggers in your head and stuff like that, like things that will mess with you later. They're going to put that in directed dreams to really bother you. They're also doing stuff to find out like what you do or how you would feel about things in certain situations. What are some of your fears? What makes you feel uncomfortable and things like that with directed dreaming and psychic driving, hypnosis stuff while we're asleep. So Punisher says, all these so-called big names seem to be avoiding the ASN and network stuff being uncovered. Real locations myself, they must have been pissed. Same vehicles at the locations, LOL. Yeah, Punisher, what I think it is, though, I don't think it's big names avoiding talking about that. It's people don't understand it fully. Like, they're trying it, like, they've got to look into it. They can't just say, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, this found it because some weird names were connected to an ASN number or an ISP number. Okay, yeah, that solved it, right? Like, people want more proof. They're not understanding the like, okay, we proved this, right? This is definite 100%, right? And so I don't think it's big names going like, oh, we can't show that because it's gonna solve this whole thing. People just don't understand it. They don't they're like, how is that proving it 100%, right? The ASN thing is wild. Like, I had Honeywell, Lockheed Martin, tons of labs. I got to look at it again. I sent it to SHP. Sammy says, Kyle, Kevin Christian says with RNN they do profiles 17NK on Black website. Yeah, I like Kevin. What we got to do, though, guys, this stuff's pretty complicated. We do have to go by experience, in some of these things, but we need more concrete evidence. We need more concrete documentation. I feel like I don't want to say anything bad about Kevin because he's been going through a lot, but he's just like, yeah, they put all this on the internet and they do a live stream, right? They're doing their live stream and neurally manipulating me, and there's no proof for that. It's kind of off the top of their head. These are big money experimentation. This isn't just a fun live stream that your neighbor is going to have this advanced technology just live streaming your thoughts and like it's Black Project, lots of money experimentation. I love Kevin, but it's not how they're going to live stream up online so that you could even find. I mean, they don't do a live stream in the first place. They do surveil us. They may sell some of that video, especially of women, but they're not like doing a live stream that's just out there, Hey, SHP. SHP says, hey kiddo. SHP says, yeah, Wiggle Wi-Fi is evidence. Okay. Yeah. It's just like, who do we give it to? We just got to collect it. Just collect that evidence, and then the UN can look at it. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, SHP. I'm not saying it's not good evidence. It's just it's like, okay, it's better evidence than a one-light car following you, right? But it's like you get the one-light car. It's obviously vehicular stalking. Somebody who's a non-targeted individual, and it's like, this is a gang stalker, and they're like, no, that's just a car with a one headlight. That's a coincidence. Like, how do we? Okay, let me get to Sammy. That's a great question. And like, I can talk to you later about that. You're saying, well, Kyle, tell me how RNM is done and used. Monitoring, right? So if you're a targeted individual with remote neural monitoring, you're probably going to have remote neural manipulation. This means you got a bidirectional stream of energy. There's different ways that they can kind of tap into your brain through the vestibular system. The cranial nerves are straight to the brain, but you've got a bidirectional stream of energy, right? So you have signals, your attackers are getting a return stream of energy to their integrated directed energy weapon system, so they can see your visual cortex, your inner voice, things like that. It's a return stream of energy, and then they have a stream of energy that can manipulate the brain too, and it's a bidirectional stream of energy. So they'll have an integrated directed energy weapons platform. Brian says it's like virtual or something. I don't agree with that. I think these people are in like kind of military installations or some, buildings, corporate buildings or something like that. They have a setup where they can basically see what's on your computer screen. Then they can see what's in your visual cortex, and they can see what your inner voice is saying. They have a setup so that return stream of energy that's reading stuff from your brain has printouts on monitors, on an integrated directed energy, on an integrated neuroweapon system, right? An integrated directed energy weapon system is not necessarily an integrated neuroweapon system, but an integrated neuroweapon system is an integrated directed energy weapon systems, right? Different capabilities of an integrated system that they would have, that these weapons are manufactured and they're doing certain protocols to the body and the nervous system, right? But it's a bidirectional stream that sends and receives signals from your brain. But it's not like people having a party and just like, oh, we have this equipment, we're just doing this for free and stuff like that. This is like military industrial complex contracted out training, development, and research for these technologies, and to map the brain, to see what they can get people to do, right? So they're going to be sending a bidirectional stream of energy in certain ways to your head, and they're going to be receiving those signals back to an integrated directed energy weapon platform. It's going to be monitors where they can have your computer screen. They can even have my computer screen. They can have my tablet up. Like, I'll sometimes on my V2K, like, I'll have my tablet volume all the way down, what should be the volume on my tablet, right? So they've got stuff pulled up, but then they've also got stuff that's going on in your head pulled up. They've got what your inner voice is saying. They've got what you're visualizing, and then it's like with my attackers, they do a lot of stuff automatedly, right? But then my attackers will sometimes, I'll be having a thought, they'll push visuals into my head through brain to computer to brain interface. So that there's a lot of stuff that goes on with remote neural manipulation, but it's not just. Oh, Samia says, Kyle, so my question is Kevin Christian explaining it right? He's not. He's awesome. Some of it, what he's experiencing, I think he's explaining it right. And I can't say it's not the people that live next door to him. Maybe they do have an integrated directed energy weapon system and they're remotely doing it to him. I doubt it. I would doubt it. I don't want to talk about, he's saying what's going on with him, but we got to be careful, guys, and we got to just get more documented information, right? Because like a bunch of TIs are just saying different stuff, and it's kind of like TIs will just, we got to get more documented information, basically. The whole thing about, I don't want to talk, I'm not talking bad about Kevin Christian, right? I like Kevin Christian, but these people don't live in electromagnetic, they're not living as a frequency. They can put something, I mean, maybe he's saying that, maybe Kevin Christian's saying like they can live as a frequency, and he means that they put on like, they'll put on headgear or something like that. They can do brain to computer interface, and they can actually push stuff from their brain, visuals, feelings, things like that, through the interface, through the integrated weapons platform to your brain, right? Like there's more automated stuff probably than the manual stuff that they can do that. If he means they're living through a frequency like that, like it's brain to computer interface, then yeah, but they're not like turning themselves into a frequency and like flying through the air and stuff like that, I guess the whole thing is this stuff is crazy. This stuff is crazy. We need just a lot of documented stuff. We know the basics, right? We don't have to make this complicated. We're getting hit with directed energy weapons. We're getting hit with neuro weapons. It's affecting our brain and our bodies, right? But we do need to get a little bit detailed so that we can defend it, so that we're empowered when we're doing this. So we're not just like, oh, making up something that it's not. And then how do you defend something if it's not true what you're thinking, right? And nothing bad about Kevin. This stuff's complicated. He's speaking out. He's awesome. So I just wanted to show you guys this. So Sammy, you're asking really good questions. We can go through these. I need to just do it where I don't bring on anything and you guys just ask questions and we talk about defenses. Sammy says, okay, Kyle, why does the targeting follow? Well, it follows because the people attacking you don't want it to just end, because if it just ends, then it's not mimicking mental illness, right? So the time, okay, I live in Baton Rouge. I was targeted. I was overtly where I knew I was targeted in 2011. 2014, something 2013, 2014. I went to Green Bank. Green Bank, West Virginia. And it really lowered for about a week. The intensity lowered for about a week. Something went wrong. Like they may have just been using my implant or something, but everything, the V2K, the hits and everything lowered down the intensity level for like a week. But after a week, everything went back up. So like my attackers, I went there, they had to get something repositioned. They had to get microwave towers in the area, radar focused on that area, satellites maybe. So it took them a little while. It took them like a week, right? But it follows, Sammy, it follows because around the world, there is this infrastructure. You know how a cell phone, we got our cell phones, right? And there's this infrastructure for this cell phone to get a signal, right? Infrastructure for the cell phone to get a signal. Whole lot of cell phone towers, a whole lot of satellite to cell tower to your phone, right? So that's what they've got. They have it already, but they're making it bigger, right? They're making that infrastructure with 5G, with Starlink, with what's his name, Elon Musk is sending up. So they're making it so no one will have anywhere to go. When you get attacked, you go to, even if you go to a place and it's okay, better for a while, there's still going to be, even if you don't have microwave towers in that area, over the horizon radar can go thousands and thousands. In the advanced stuff, like what they're saying, radar can go thousands of miles. With the advanced stuff, it can maybe even go further, right? And they don't want to let us go or stop, because then if that happens, a lot of us will be way more credible. So the protocol is to keep it on you so it looks like mental illness, and they can keep the experimentation running. Because it's supposed to be terminal experimentation for now, but if things can get changed with the UN and everything like that, it can change so that it can stop. Yeah, SHP says, you are not crazy when you have data and evidence, right? and a whole lot of us have to get, like, SHP has to do her. She's really good at finding the things connected to our ISP numbers, ASN numbers. She's doing a lot of stuff, right? And then I want to get some documented evidence of the contractors and everything like that, and just keep everybody informed. There's a lot of information that we need to get out. We need to focus on, kind of digging through the information we can get to get even more information, so that eventually we can get some of those things that are bother me are cyber stalkers, agents that maybe like perpetrators. Exactly what can they do to us? What will they do to us? I want documentation on that, and then I want documentation on the exact protocols of what they would do. I know, right, from experience, and then everything I've added up in research and the MIT articles on putting electromagnetic fields around the head and then using ultrasound to manipulate the brain. I've learned a lot about it, but I want like concrete documentation. This is what we're doing to people. Dig for that. Samia says, so the attackers are using satellite. Most definitely. And I don't know if ever in my targeting I've just had straight from satellite to my brain, right? I don't think it works that way. It's like a cell phone works. You get a satellite signal to a cell phone tower and then here. But with our program, they use other stuff not just microwave towers. They use over-the-horizon radar, drones, many other things, wind towers, things that run underground and things like that. Hey, New Type, what's up, man? New Type says, true, Captain, but having thoughts inserted into unsuspecting citizens' minds they think are their own has been very effective form of mass mind control when considering the current state of things. Yes, that is very true. I put that up on the screen, but it's too big. It's like too big to put on the screen. SHP says, yes, they use dirty energy, ISP, electric companies are involved. Yeah. The dirty energy though, I think they do. But I'm telling y'all, when my power went out, when all the power went out in my area, and it's happened on a lot of hurricanes, the targeting doesn't stop. Like, so my wall, all the electricity was out, and I still had the ring in my ears, was being hit in the head because it's Wi-Fi. It's like, it's not Bluetooth Wi-Fi, but it can be comparable to that. It's not like your wireless network doesn't even have to be up for them to be attacking you. Do y'all understand that? Because my wireless network, well, no, because I had Bluetooth still. I have Bluetooth on my phone still. So however my attackers were attacking me, it had nothing to do with hard line things. It had no wiring in the wall or anything like that. Now they may like supplement or something like that. SHP says apparently bury them in the ground. Also, they are loud, they are small ones, and they remotely charge. Apparently, they have to be within 20 inches of power source. They wirelessly charge. Okay. Oh, you're saying they use field generators to hit us. Yeah. Yeah, maybe so. What I've experienced, though, is remote. It's like I can drive out in my city, and I maybe have my phone with me, but they're hitting me in my car as I'm driving, right? I'm driving around the city and they're hitting me in the head and the chest. On a plane, they're hitting me in the chest, right? So most of this is an infrastructure. Like, they do supplement it. There's ground weapons and maybe field generators and all that stuff. And maybe they'll do that every once in a while. But all this stuff is like a floating remote thing, right? Not floating, but it's like an infrastructure where they can hit you. They can make you think it's your neighbor, and then you're yelling at your neighbor. And stuff like that, and they're totally doing it with like a microwave tower and stuff like that you can't grab onto, right? And I know we have information that, yeah, and people, I mean, we have disagreements on that stuff, but like I've moved like a bunch of times, like, and experienced this stuff. Yeah, New Type says, I agree, Captain, and can confirm. Yeah. So Captain says, Absolutely true, new type. They are influencing our subconscious mind, which is extremely effective mind control. But I think we should feel encouraged that they don't have complete 100% mind control. And yeah, definitely. Like they've mind controlled me really bad. They try and do it where like I'm telling you guys, like, and I've studied this and I've listened to Dr. James G. Adorno. At first, the mind control was very clunky for me, for my brain type, nervous system type. We're all different, and it was just like ham-fisted, making me angry, ham-fisted, making me anxious, ham-fisted. So I was like, oh, that's my attackers every time for years and years. Now it's at the point, and I've blocked some pain and blocked some nervous system pain, but they've gotten some things that maybe photonic energy or maybe some kind of ultrasonic energy or infrasound, ultrasound, or something like that, but they can send my brain a signal, and my brain will create the thought, right? They've got it, they've gone that far where it's not a ham-fisted, they're putting an EEG over my brain. They've messed with my brain so much and mapped it that they can send a signal to my brain and make my brain evoke a thought that seems more like me. Right, so we don't want this stuff to go on too much longer with some of you guys who it hasn't gotten like really bad. Let me show you guys this because I could read y'all's comments all night. Yeah, we've been sitting here for about 50 minutes. Hey, Erica says there's an invisible internet that only the military uses. I had a laptop that was previously owned by a military personnel, and it downloaded stuff when my internet was off. I would say that's really true. Because like if you're conversing with another TI, right, they've got to be able to communicate and stuff like that on a Black Project level, right? So I totally agree with Eric on that. Totally agree. Yeah, and it's probably not the internet that the military uses. It's probably not a wired system. Maybe some of it is, but it's like all like Bluetooth or whatever. It's all like wireless in the ether, Yeah, Captain says, Vulcan, have you ever tried Kratom for the pain? You can buy it in bulk for really cheap. I need to start buying it in bulk for really cheap because I do use it, but the kind that I buy is really expensive. Let me show you guys this before we talk some more. Then we can just hang out for a little while. I just want to show y'all this. So SHP says, share your evidence because there's a very rich people doing this to us. We will only win by sharing and teaching others. Yeah, definitely. We got to build up. It's a lot better than it was like in 2011 or 2013, 14 when I started making videos. Things are going to start popping up. Oh man, I wish I would have gotten that article to show y'all. Maybe I can look that up. I want to show y'all that one. No, I want to wait. I'm going to do that on a single video. It's so important where the, people, you can look it up. The Pentagon is saying that 5G, there will be new experimentation to use 5G as dual use, right? That means to hurt people. So they're actually saying it now. They were already doing it. They were already doing it with other stuff other than 5G. But the Pentagon is actually saying, look, we're doing experimentation with the 5G we already have up as dual use, like as to stop people to hurt them. They're admitting it, right? The Pentagon's admitting it. Things are popping off. But I don't want to do that on this video because it's super, super important. It's going to get lost in this live stream. Let me show you this. I hope this doesn't get lost. I want to share my whole screen here. I just want to share let's see, my entire screen. Oh, I can't do that? Okay. Let's show this because we were talking about Janet Fallon. Janet Fallon and another targeted individual sent me this. Right, let me open my Hold on 1 second, guys. Oh, my head hurts so bad. What was that? Like they will make me like I'm doing something, and like as I'm doing it, I'll forget what I'm doing. And it's hard to describe what they're doing sometimes to me because my memory's so bad, my brain's so messed up. Okay. Why do I have I look at my channel, I have this advertisement on there. Why am I not getting money for that advertisement? Okay, guys, let's read this. So let me read this. Samia says, "What is the UN going to do?" And Niels Melzer knows what's happening. So Punisher says the crap shows up in Wiggle app with Massachusetts addresses. You will see them on the app map on your property. Try it, turn on location and Bluetooth, and let it run for a while. So the Wiggle app. Okay. Okay. Well, let me read this to you guys. Just talk about the UN stuff. I think it's kind of out of order because it was sent to me, but let's just read it. This is from the European Coalition Task Force. I think it's on their Facebook, from their Facebook, and thank you for the person that sent this to me. After discussions in February at the Human Rights Council with Professor Niels Melzer, UN Special Rapporteur on Torture, Magnus Olsson, President of the European Coalition Task Force, and Henning Witt, attorney for the European Coalition Task Force. So the European Coalition Task Force has an attorney. That's awesome. Agreed to allow the UN Special Rapporteur on Torture to look into these serious matters unimpeded. The European Coalition then especially requested through public forums, which started with a special Saturday night, including 4 members of the European Coalition, to brief the targeted individual community, and was conducted by Derek Robertson. When the European Coalition Task Force asked the targeted individual community that, in support of that special confidential work, the targeted individual community should remain patient and allow the work of this criminal investigation to continue unobstructed by any external interferences until we are all notified of their outcome. No unprofessional journalist should try to. So this is the part that's kind of like spicy, I guess. It's what I thought. Like Janet Fallon wrote a great article. I don't still have that one up. It's on the last video. She wrote a great article in March about the UN looking into this. And then she called their office, and one person in the office said they are not doing an investigation on targeting at this time. But I think that was like not right. That was not correct. It's not what they meant. So this kind of speaks to that. Like, so let me read that again. And allow the work of this criminal investigation to continue unobstructed by any external interferences until we are all notified of their outcome. No unprofessional journalist should try to obstruct this process in order to get a scoop, since self-serving purposes in opposition of what was asked from the community to respect during this time is detrimental to the goals of the victims and the targeted individual community. I kind of got to tell the truth on this one. I do think Janet, like the UN's not doing anything on this because one person who nobody even knows in Niels Melzer's office says, oh, there's not an investigation at this time. Like one conversation where maybe he was like blowing her off and didn't know what was going on. Thank you for all your support. Magnus Olsson, President, European Coalition Task Force, Henning Witt, Attorney, European Coalition Task Force, and Liliana DeLuca Connor, Advisor, European Coalition. So these are kind of out of order. Let's see what the next one was. Okay, this one, so this is also from the European Coalition Task Force Facebook. To the targeted individual community on behalf of the European Coalition Task Force. The investigations that are being conducted on cyber torture are confidential criminal investigations, and Ms. Janet Fallon should not try to interfere with a confidential process that is being carried out at this time. So, I mean, to me, it seems like the European Coalition Task Force has a lot of information on exactly what's happening and a lot of connections to exactly what Niels Melzer has planned. I would trust them in what they're saying. I don't really know Janet Phelan. I don't know Janet Phelan, so I want to remain neutral on that. I don't want to say like, you know, anything bad about her. She wrote a great article. I just don't. I think that one thing she heard from The Office was not necessarily, you know, exactly what was going on. Yeah, Samia says people are dying, hurting, etc. I say take things into your own hands to the next level and call it a day, and your problem will be solved with the deranged, sick, demented people. Yeah. Well, what I've learned, you know, I know how everybody's angry, but you know, I've survived many years through this, and I've gone through the anger and wanting to take revenge and stuff like that. But as I've built up and survived, I've gotten so much done with this. I've helped so many targeted individuals. We're actually getting somewhere, and it's way worse for my attackers. Like it's almost like their management like sees what's going on. Like the people above them in this contracting thing, they see what I'm doing. I'm doing only good things, right? Like maybe I do some, like I use the bathroom and stuff, and they say, "Oh, that's gross, and we got to use that against him," or something like that. But mainly the things I do in life are good. They're not dangerous. They're not violent or anything like that, and they have a harder time. So, right, everything in about this is counterintuitive to how we want to deal with it. I know the reaction I've had it is to get very angry, take matters in your own hands or something. That will hurt targeted individuals, Myron May, and you know, I don't want to go into those situations right now because I don't want to go into those situations right now. But what I found is like actually moving forward on some bigger things and, you know, putting out your testimony or getting with a good organization, you know, it's going to make your attackers a lot more feeling less in control of what you're doing. Like, I mean, I get punished seriously after every video, like really punished. But if I was like yelling at them and really angry and acting violent, I think the torture would be worse 24 hours a day, like all the time. Yeah, Sammy says, never seen such a crazy mess in my life. Yeah, this is unprecedented horribleness, but people have been doing horrible things to other human beings since the dawn of man. You know, yeah, Captain says the Myron May story is wild. He was very intelligent. He seemed like such a good guy. That seemed like complete, just really Manchurian Candidate stuff, where he was a good guy, but he was pushed to desperation. That desperation, I think, came from remote neural manipulation. That feeling like he needed to go do that was from remote neural manipulation. Okay, so this is the part I want to read. In addition, with regard to the reference by Ms. Coda Alir, assistant in the Office of the Special Rapporteur on Torture, so he's an assistant in the Office of the Special Rapporteur on Torture, relating to the subject of psychological torture with modern technologies. Please be advised that psychological torture is being implemented through access to the physical body of targeted individuals with remote technologies. Some of those items of psychological torture are mind control, V2K, mind reading, MK Ultra, and other such forms of psychological torture. That undeniably necessitates access to the physical body of victims through the brain and its auditory cortex and the neurological system of a victim. Oh man, it really hurts too. It just screws up our nervous system and our brain. It's psychological plus physical torture times is infinity. Thus, psychological torture is closely associated with physical torture. They're just so intertwined. And the access to such parts of a victim's physical body through this integral program of cyber torture. Okay, so I think I read that one. Let's go to the next one. These were a little bit mixed up. So I don't know Janet Phelan. I thought the article was good. I do think and I don't think she was saying like, oh, the UN's not doing anything. Maybe she was saying that, but I definitely don't think that's true after like looking at everything. Hold on, let me get, I got stuff in my eyes. Tansy says, Kyle, have you made a choker yet? Not yet. I need to do that. Tansy, because like when I don't have it right now, magnets, and I put them against here, like right up against my nasal cavity, it really helps. So if I could put them here, I think it would. I got to do that. It's such a good idea. Yeah, Sammy, you're right. Sammy says it's not fair and not right. It is murder. It's torture and murder. It's like slow torture and murder, and it's really damaging our body. I know how you feel, Sammy. I've been for so long, and the things that I get, and that's the thing, guys. I know it's like I've been going through this so long. The things that I found breakthroughs on, right? And I tell y'all over and over again because it's experience breakthroughs. Defenses to neutralize and de-intensify, then helping others, right? Putting information out so target individuals can be empowered. We move forward, and working with some other organizations, right? For bigger things like class actions, which we haven't had too much luck on class actions. I'm going to I think I may look into, I don't want to do an individual, like an individual case and then not be able to be involved in class action. So I'm going to really study, like if I can do an individual case too, and also participate in the class action. But that means that I've got to have an implant hand, or I've got to have the DTI evidence. We've got to have some kind of physical evidence, because our courts are based on physical evidence, which we have in spades. We have readings. Oh my eye, they're shooting me like right in the eye. Hey, Nadia says, hi, Tanya. What is the choker? Nadia, what she's talking about is like you put like a choker around your neck, like a leather strap thing, and then you put magnets all around it. So you put a magnet here. I guess you like glue them to the choker, and then the magnets are putting out like a kind of a interference field all around here, all around your head. So it's a really good idea. I want to say that. That's a really good idea. It's like you get a leather kind of thing you put around your neck and then put magnets on it. Super good idea. Tansy came up with that. It's really good. Okay, so let me finish reading this. So, okay, so for all the members of the target individual community who have not seen the official reply from the European Coalition Task Force to Miss Janet Phelan, who is trying to maliciously elevate, I don't know, so we'll just read it. Who is from the European Coalition Task Force Facebook page. So for all the members of the targeted individual community who have not seen the official reply from the European Coalition Task Force to Miss Janet Phelan, who is trying to maliciously elevate false accusations about the work and integrity of the members of the European Coalition Task Force, I have seen her deceptive statements posted on Facebook, but not the official reply of our European Coalition Task Force. So here it is, dated October 20th, 2020, in case that you missed it. Okay, so, and that's what okay, so it was backwards. That's what I read before. That's to the target individual community on behalf of the European Coalition Task Force. The investigations that are being conducted on cyber torture are confidential criminal investigations, and Ms. Janet Phelan should not try to interfere. I don't know if Ms. Janet Phelan is a reporter. She's trying to find information, but I think she's saying that the UN is doing nothing. I think she's jumping the gun because she talked to like one, like maybe, it could have been a volunteer or somebody in the office, right? Somebody in the office of the special rapporteur. But, he could have been he may have been getting tons of calls from targeted individuals and just like, no, there's no investigation going on now, and kind of just blowing people off. So I don't think we can, just go by that. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. You know, I think we're rolling on. We're in phase 3 or phase 4. We're in the good phase. We're in the phase where we're actually moving forward, and we just all need to be doing more stuff. And I'm gonna do a single video. The article is so important. I just need to do a single video on it. You know what? I may just do it here. I may do it on this one. We've been going an hour. I didn't want to stay on too long. Nadia says, how would you make it so that the magnets are not attracted to each other and snap together? Well, I would say, Nadia, you got to put them a little bit further apart and just glue them. Make sure they're glued tight. Tansy, how do you do it? How do you do that when you're putting the magnets on? Like put one on the back, put one on the front first, so that they don't snap together. Then maybe put one on furthest away, and then one here, and then see how that does. So they're further apart. I think that's a great idea. Hey, Awaken World. I was just reading some stuff off of the European Coalition Task Force Facebook page. So Captain says, Captain Ramia says, Vulcan, you say Dave Case's CD is very helpful for the tinnitus V2K. That's the next thing I need to get. I don't get V2K, but I get the ring in the ears pretty bad. Yeah, so get Dave Case's CD. Everybody should try Dave Case's CD. The thing is, though, if you have V2K, the V2K is going to be louder in a different way. Maybe your attackers won't do it, but they usually do noise induction on Dave Case. And then, you know, after when you're not using Dave Case CD, then it's toned down, right? So it helps the V2K, but while you're listening to it, they're going to do noise induction. Okay, so Captain says, Tansy, electronic harassment is really worse in an apartment. This is the first apartment I've ever lived in, and the targeting started 2 months back after I moved in. Yeah, I'd say it's worse in an apartment, and you can have some ground-based weapons if you're in an apartment. Stacy's good, Samia. Samia says, Kyle, not to change the subject. How is Stacy? She's going through the targeting very, very bad. She's good. I mean, she's like relatively trying to get through it. I guess we're all not doing great, right? So, but we're all just getting through it the best we can. Yeah, Waking World says, RM in my dreams, sleep too. I get it. Yeah. I guess I want to do this article on the DoD, and might as well. We've only been going for an hour. Let's go through that. That's like the most important thing, and then I may just do a video after this, just showing it, so it doesn't get lost in this live stream. No, let me look it up first. This is really important. Look it up on this screen. So it'd be I think this is it. I may have took that article. Oh, yeah, here it is. DoD kicks off world's largest dual-use 5G effort. Let me pull up this article. It's huge. It's huge. This is big. This is something popping off that cannot be denied. I'm going to make another video of this, and we'll just do a whole live stream about it. But I just want to show you all this, and then I may wrap it up. I'm not feeling real good, guys. Like my spine really hurts, and I'm just not organized at all. But let me show you this really important thing. This will take a second to show this. Do Chrome tab. I can pull up some other articles too. So this is from RT, And I'll definitely put this in the description. I've got to go back and put some links in the other descriptions so you guys can see this, right? This we gotta get on this. This is huge. We got it. The truth community is talking about this. Things are popping off. This is coming out that this stuff can be used on people, right? And we're targeted individuals. They've been experimenting on our brains and our bodies for so long. This is happening. Things are popping off. The technology is coming up. I promise you guys. And we got to push. I know the whole world's coming down on top of our heads, but this is coming out. Like about electromagnetic frequencies, directed energy weapons. Tansy says you can get them online too. The one I use is beads and magnets, and it snaps together. Haven't made any other styles yet, but there's heaps you could do if you were going to. I'm definitely doing that. I got it, but I don't know. I guess I'll get some from Applied Magnets. I need to do that because most of my pain is like right here. And if I get that choker, that's perfect. Because like if I hold that magnet right here, all this pain like goes away. I really do think I have an implant in my nasal passage, guys. Like the pulsing comes from inside of the cheek. It's so weird. It's not like it's not hitting me in the face. It's coming from inside of my cheek, like here. And then I have this huge blister that like won't heal up, like right under the nasal passage. Like there has to be something in there. Hey, Drunken Ninja, how you doing, man? Tansy says, do a different style. Place the magnets on your neck to find the best spots, and then glue or attach to whatever material you're going to use. Yeah. Yeah, Captain Ramia says, I'm on board with. There's no way they will be able to keep this hidden much longer. I have a feeling along with me there's a lot more new TIs. Yeah, they're just scaling up the technology. They're just hitting everybody. They're pulling in every family, and they're getting away with it, and everybody's just like, oh yeah, anything about directed energy or getting hit with something or your life being destroyed by a bunch of strangers that live around you, that's mental illness, right? Everybody's been conditioned so good, and they know that that's not true, but in social circles and in society, they're like, oh yeah, that's crazy, because everybody's so scared because of the mafia world that we have, the mafia pyramid that we have set up, which isn't based on truth. It's about putting your little head down and being good and not saying anything about the evil so they don't obliterate you and your family. That's what it's all about now. It's not about like, oh, we're too stupid to know the truth. We're too stupid to know that there's directed. No, none of that. People can understand this. It's the government and, the system above the government and the military industrial complex. They're just going to like wipe me off the face of the earth if I ever try and tell the truth or be a good person or do the right thing, right? Just like Niels Melzer said about whistleblowers, direction. Whistleblowers are destroyed. They're made examples of. They're targeted and everything like that when they should be put up on a pedestal. Like Edward Snowden and Julian Assange should have been put up. And now we got this. Because of that mafia world in this where whistleblowers, we got this now. We got the Pentagon coming out and saying, Pentagon to dish out $600 million in more, doing more out in the public's eye and seeing how the public will react. Probably $60 million in contracts for 5G dual-use experimentation at 5 U.S. military sites, including to aid lethality. To aid lethality. They've already been hitting people with this stuff. This is popping off, guys. This is huge. This is huge for us. I can't believe that, Tansy. You have to stay in the tent. Yeah, Nadia says neodymium are so strong it's very difficult to do anything with them. Yeah, the big ones are very strong. I get like a 400-pound pull at the most. But they have smaller magnets. Let me get, I can't reach that, guys. Yeah, let me reach it real quick. I'll show you all. Shoot this. Get up. Oh. That was my phone. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to try and reach this. A lot of stuff may fall off my desk. Okay. Okay. So these I think would be pretty good. And can you guys see this? These are 25-pound pull. I got these off of Applied Magnets. They're stuck together. They put like little plastic in between them. But these are 25-pound. So this is a 100-pound pull. I'm putting a 100-pound pull up here. I usually put it like right under, right here, kind of where the blister is, and then all this stuff along the head and down the neck, all of it just feels so much better. And it all comes from here. But these are good, 25-pound pull, and they're very small. I think these would be great to make the choker with. Just put one here, just use like 4, you know. So you see them. And Applied Magnets. Applied Magnets, look through the size of the, these are 25-pound pull. I don't know the dimensions of it. It must be 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch by 1/2 inch, I think. Yeah, but these are good. Applied Magnets. Nadia says, Sammy, it depends what you want to use. Yeah, it depends on what you want to use the magnet for. Drunken Ninja says, Kyle with the choker, kinky. Yeah. I was talking to somebody about like I'll get these magnets and like just put a scarf and kind of tie them there, you know, but I really want it to be tight against the up here. You know, I don't want it to just be sitting loose. I don't know. I'll figure out something. I think the choker idea is really, really good. Fence thing. Maybe I can have just a panel. I can't find a free phone. Okay, so check this out, guys. This is huge. Everybody, every targeted individual needs to be. This is it. Look, including lethality, to aid lethality. 5G. How is it going to be lethal to people? How are they going to hit people with 5G? All these targeted individuals are crazy. The Pentagon is saying, look, we're putting contracts out. We're going to make this 5G more lethal, and it can be directed at people. Let's read the article. And there's so many articles on this. We're going to do a live stream about this. We're throwing this out. This is huge, and we need to show this. If your parents like listen to you about this stuff, or your friends, this is something you would tell your parents or your friends, or anybody we're trying to get help from. So not just your parents or your friends. We just need help from people with some authority. Okay, the U.S. military has partnered with more than a dozen companies for large-scale experimentation with 5G technology. Look, they've already been experimenting with 4G, with 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, 6G, 7G. They've been experimenting with all these Gs throughout the years on people like us that have been saying it. They're coming out and saying it now, right? Oh, we're just starting some experimentation. What the hell? They're telling people they're going to hit people with it. Look at this. The U.S. military has partnered with more than a dozen companies for large-scale experimentation with 5G technology, including efforts to enhance the lethality of certain systems in what's slated to be a $600 million project. I guarantee you there's billions of dollars being put into this stuff already. I don't know why they're revealing this stuff to the public. This must be the kind of revealing, what is it, giving people a little bit of what the hell is going on in their world, so everybody doesn't go crazy when they find out. This has to be that, because this stuff is like it's like a dam breaking with. Yeah, Tansy says no matter where you put it, Magnets are really good for the ankles and the lower back. Yeah. Yeah, that you can do that too. Nadia says, like Kyle is doing, you can hold it up to the area to ease the pain. Yeah, like if you're just like you're watching TV or something like that, or you're reading, you can just hold it up to the area. If you do think you have an implant, it's either like they vagus nerved it and they're intentionally putting so much pain there to make me think I have an implant, or I actually have an implant. It's one or the other: vagus nerve stimulation through remote neural manipulation, or implant in the nasal cavity, which I had an x-ray before I knew I was targeted, and they said, oh, in your left nasal cavity, there's some kind of like blur. We don't know what that is. Like that was before I knew I was targeted, around 2010, maybe 2011, right before. And they said there was like a blur there that they didn't know what it was. Yeah, John, 600 million buys you a lot of research. Dude, they put so much more money into this. Let's keep reading, guys. We'll read this article. 600 million is dubbing 5G tech a foundational enabler for all U.S. defense modernization. You hear Donald Trump saying, we've got weapons you can't even imagine. Everybody listens to this. Everybody looks at this. Everybody knows about the Cuban embassy workers. And then we say, look, we're being hit with directed energy. We're being hit with neuroweapons. Everybody turns their backs. Everybody turns their backs. Everybody will be like, oh, that's so cool. They can kill criminals with 5G, blah, blah. Oh, that's so cool because the system told us, right? And then people turn their backs on horrible satanic immoral acts. Everything has to be changed. The system is not just shattered. The system is not just shattered. It's atomized. Atomized. It's gone. Our system is gone. Evil has overtaken it. We have to use it for what we need it for. But then we got to separate. Just like we need to separate from our attackers and neutralize that, we got to separate from the system as much as we can. Using it like all these debts and whatever you owe to the system and taxes and all this crap. Like I got to deal with my stuff and free myself from the system and all their tentacles and everything, and we'll be doing a lot better. Because it's just, this is just so satanic. Dubbing 5G tech a foundational enabler for all U.S. defense modernization. Look, they're saying it. They're saying it. Everybody's saying 5G is dangerous. You're a conspiracy theory. 5G can give you cancer. 5G is dangerous. 5G is millimeter wave technology, which it's interesting. When guys, like this is totally for real. Totally for real. When this stuff came out, this 5G dual use bullcrap right in people's face, we can use this stuff as a weapon. They that video, there was this video I was trying to get out of active denial, right? The active denial system, the big the big dish on the vehicle that burns people, right? I was trying to get a video out showing 5G is millimeter wave, is active denial. And they copyright it. Some energy company, some energy company in Colorado or something copyrighted that. They didn't want it out. When this came out, that was uncopyrighted. That video was uncopyrighted because they don't care anymore. They don't care anymore. They're telling people they've already got most of the infrastructure up. Everybody's saying tear that down. Don't put it in schools. All this stuff. They're like, no, it's not dangerous. And all these huge million subscriber YouTube accounts or whatever making these videos saying people that think 5G is dangerous, it's just like people thinking the light bulb was dangerous back in the old days. There's all these stupid videos like that. And look at here, dual use. We're going to look, 5G is really dangerous to people, and we're going to be focusing on that. All these people saying, oh, the conspiracy theories saying 5G is dangerous. On a government list of people who are really conspiratorially crazy think 5G is dangerous. And look at this. Sorry, it gets us all mad. So stupid. So stupid. They're putting it in everybody's faces, but the problem is, the problem is not that the information is not coming out. It's just there's so much stuff going on. They're hitting the global population with so many asymmetrical warfare things that people, you got this person that's like, this is the most important thing because that's what's hurting them. Then you got this person that's like, this is what's destroying my family. Then this person like, no, this issue. They want to hit everybody with so much different stuff that people can't come together on like a certain issue. But all we got to do is come together on deceit and murder of the human population, you know. It's so bad. Like everybody's got to fight. We all know that, and it's been that way for a long time. The empire is here, guys. It has been forever. We all know that, right? Like, so when I come in, I make a video, and I really am hopeful about a lot of the targeting stuff. But we got to realize we're in the time of the empire. Like, people are going to get a lot crappier, and they're going to lie, and they're going to be like, oh, the system told me I could lie to my neighbor or whatever, or poison people, or it's the time of the empire. All those movies, I like Star Wars and stuff like that, where you had the rebels and they're fighting the empire. It's like, I wonder now, I'm like, was that just this predictive programming to make this all kind of go through? Hey, Charles says, I am yogurt. My Schwartz is bigger than your Schwartz. This, I'm getting angry. I'm getting angry because here it is. I told you guys. I said it. This is how it works. You guys have to understand. This is hopeful, right? This is not hopeful. People are getting hurt by this, getting cancer, being targeted. But what happens with conspiracy theory issues that are actually happening in reality? What happens with them is people try and no, until it's too much out. And then they're like, oh, the conspiracy theorists are right. And they move on with their life. They don't give an F. They say the conspiracy theorists were right. Ha, ha, ha. It's a big joke. People were dying. And then they move on. Then it's just common knowledge, right? That's what happens with any conspiracy theory where it is true. And people know it, but they no conspiracy theory. But then it just comes out, and people are like, oh, I guess those conspiracy theorists are right. And it happens like that, and it's going to happen like that in this issue. People better understand how serious this stuff is. Oh yeah, Tansy says my son and I are doing gym and MMA. Yeah, I got it. I'm going to start working out. I think it helped me so much. Okay, so SHP says you are not implanted by Wi-Fi. You are assaulted by Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is electromagnetic radiation, not bad in a few streams, but you get into the thousands of streams, and that is assault with intent, right? There's a lot of things they do, though, SHP. I mean, they do implant people. They do implant people with nanoparticulates, nanotechnology. And, if somebody like me as a kid had Crohn's disease, and they still do those kind of like very small implants that signals can go to. But then they can do it without, right? Not saying they can't do it without. But you are, I mean, sometimes you're implanted with, I was just that thing where you said you are not implanted by Wi-Fi. You are assaulted by Wi-Fi. Yeah. Yeah, SHP says, I have implants over 23. Rose says, I had a great video about how everything has nanotechnology in it, but they deleted it from my YouTube channel. Yeah, and everything ready, people and animals and maybe even plants, filling us up with nanotechnology. They're saying it right here. I mean, they're saying it. The Pentagon is announcing it. We put this stuff up. We said it wasn't dangerous. Everybody said 5G is so dangerous. We got the infrastructure up. Now we want to use it to hurt people. And everybody knew, right? Everybody knew, but they're announcing it. So the Pentagon, look at this, dubbing 5G tech a foundational enabler for all U.S. defense modernization. 5G tech. And they're already on 6G and 7G. They may be even past that. A foundational enabler for all U.S. defense modernization. So people, targeted individuals for many years have been saying, hey, we're being hit with directed energy. We're being hit with this stuff. It's messing with our brains. It's doing this. Some targeted individuals have done, you know, have killed themselves, have died, have some targeted individuals have done violence, right? Because of this. And look, here it is. Dubbing 5G tech a foundational enabler for all U.S. defense modernization. You think they just figured that out with a bunch of targeted individuals for years and years and years and years saying this crap was being used on them? And the Pentagon comes out and says, well, we're just starting. We're just starting. Bullshit. And that's how it works every time. Every time they're doing this stuff for years and years and years, they come, we just learned about this. Well, some startup company learned how to read minds. Some startup company with like 5 people in their garage. Oh, they found out how to get a visual out of somebody's head. They have a whole list of everything in everybody's brains. No, the military-industrial complex does that. Then they trickle it out to these people who belong to their little networks, and they use them to get it out to people in consumer ways and medical ways and make more money off of it, while they continue to hide what they're doing to innocent people in their homes, which is raping and killing them. So, foundational enabler for all U.S. defense modernization. It says it all. The Pentagon announced the massive research Thursday, which will hand hundreds of millions to 15 private contractors to conduct testing at 5 U.S. military installations. Million in awards for 5G experimentation and testing at 5 U.S. military test sites, representing the largest full-scale 5G test for dual use. Dual use means it hurts people. You can use it for good things and blah, blah, blah. And then the dual use is like hurts people and can go, you know, get into their brain, can send a signal to and from the brain, hurting the nervous. That's what dual use applications. Torture people and hurt them and kill them. So full-scale 5G tests for dual-use applications in the world. The Pentagon said in a statement, adding that it would bring together experts from several industries and disciplines. They've been saying all along that 5G is not, you know, 5G doesn't hurt anybody, blah, blah. Then you get this. Projects will include piloting 5G-enabled augmented virtual reality for mission planning and training, testing 5G-enabled smart warehouses, and evaluating 5G technologies to enhance distributed command and control. Dual use, they're going to hurt people with it. They've been hurting people with it. Listen to targeted individuals. Like, I know all you guys in my chat are targeted individuals. People who are not targeted individuals need to listen to this. A TI's World says they have been targeting my back and I'm in so much pain. I'm sorry, a TI's World. Yeah, they hurt me so bad, like while I'm making these videos, and then they punish me really, really bad when I get off. Yeah, me too, Charles. I wanna get some workouts in. I want to make my body a lot stronger. You know. Maybe so, Charles. Charles says, I think they put something in my nose when I had a deviated septum. I just know it's a lot easier. Like, because I've read about it. There's articles, and I've shown you guys that there's this process where it's like your nose goes straight to your nasal cavity, and they just get a little tube. Like, I had colonoscopies where they've got to go down my throat. They got to go up my butt too, right? And then, and so while they're doing that, they could easily get a little thing to just go down into my nasal cavity, implant there. Out of all my colonoscopies, my probably 50 colonoscopies when I was little, maybe not that many. And the doctor doesn't know. The doctor is told by the government, hey, this is, or whatever agency is coming, the hospital is associated with, Ochsner is associated with the CIA, maybe the NSA now, I don't know, but the doctor does it. And he thinks, well, the doctor's like, well, I just make money off of this. I put this little RFID chip or tracking chip or whatever, or chip. Who knows what it can do, right? It can do a bunch of things. I'm putting this in the nasal cavity of one of my patients. They don't know that it's going to be used to torture them, right? They're not told that. They're just like, oh, this is a governmental program. Our hospital's connected to whatever agency or whatever, and they pay us money to go ahead and put these little tiny implants in people. And, you know, I don't think they're hurting them. I think they're just tracking people, right? That's what doctors think. Maybe some of them know about the torture, but I think most doctors are they're dumb to it. And hopefully they're waking up by now. This is on the Department of Defense Twitter page. The DoD has announced $600 million in awards to advance the DoD's 5G capabilities. They've already been doing this. This is a lie. Like, this is a lie. What they put out on Twitter, what the Pentagon has talked about, they are lying. They have been using 5G, 6G, 7G on people in the United States for so many years. Since, I mean, like, the technology is more like advanced in the 70s, right, than in the right in the 50s when they started. Maybe 1952 they were putting implants and sending microwaves to them in Project Moonstruck, right? Project Moonstruck. I always mix it up. Project Moonbeam, Project Moonstruck, but it's Project Moonstruck. Everybody look up Project Moonstruck. That was like the CIA, the first thing that we have on public record of the CIA sending microwaves to implants in people's bodies. But at this point in time, they can do it without that. They still do use implants, though, and they use nanotechnology and nanoparticulates. They use anything they can because it's redundant systems. The military industrial complex is all about, if this thing doesn't work, we're going to fall back on this thing. And if this thing doesn't work, we're going to fall back on this thing. Right, so they got, you know, they set up targeted individuals with a bunch of different ways they can do it. Hey, that Captain, that works. Captain says, SHP, did you try Look Out for Charlie's detox protocol? And it really works. Like, if you stick with it, and every other day do a cleansing bath and all the stuff, and you stick with it for like a month, it'll make a huge difference. You will notice. Pinching my ear. It's like pinching my ear. Okay, so let's see. DoD announces $600 million for 5G experimentation and testing it. 5G and testing at 5 U.S. military test sites. They're going to test on people. They're already testing people. They're not testing at these sites. They're using radar, microwave towers, 5G, any of this stuff, and they're just hitting people in their houses outside of military bases. Like, I'm preaching to the choir here in my chat room, but anybody who's not a TI, they're just hitting people, and they're hitting me now, hit me in the head. They're like doing a basically biorelevant feedback loop from my vestibular system, my brain to my body. You know, more stuff than that, and people in the chat are getting that too. And they're talking about just starting it. They're lying, but this is proof. This is proof. 5G is a dual-use technology. These things exist that targeted individuals talk anymore if the damn weapon systems exist. The damn weapon systems are everywhere. They have filled in the 5G infrastructure link, right? They've sent up all these satellites so that the 5G can work more. And this crap can target people so specifically, and can target them, can target their bodies, can target their brains. People, this is the issue, because if everybody's mind controlled and crap, and they do all this other tyranny, we don't stand a chance, because they're going to be able to use people and direct people and use us as little puppets, and, you know, do this side hates this side and everything like that. It's going to be so much easier, you know, with mind control. This abuse of directed energy is just asymmetrical. We're murdering whoever we want to in the population, and we're doing organ harvesting with their brains. They can stay alive in this horrible, like, it feels like they're in hell state, right? And being called mentally ill, being gang stalked, all this shit. But we're going to take their brain and map it and use it and see if we can get them to destroy their lives even further by doing violent stuff and stuff like that. And yeah, even if people know about it, they can't really do anything about it. We're the worst time ever. Like, we are in the time of the Empire, but it's worse than Star Wars. It's they're more tyrannical, and they're more evil, and they're, you know, the least merciful way that you could ever kill somebody with microwaves and messing up their personality and their brain for years and years and years, and never stopping until their body gives out. I'd say it's the most merciless killing. I'd say Ted Bundy is a lot more merciful than these people that are microwaving us. That's a strong statement, and I'll hold to it. Ted Bundy was a piece of crap serial killer, but he was better than these people that are doing this to us. So firms selected for the project include telecoms, AT&T, Nokia and Ericsson, intelligence and infotech contractor Booz Allen Hamilton, the research wing of General Electric. See, you've got all these energy companies working with military industrial complex companies that are actually butchering people. These energy companies. Like in on that money. They're in on that money. They're investing money in the weapon systems. Like the military energy companies, Department of Energy, Department of Justice, all the intelligence agencies, DOD, Pentagon. These are like the most powerful, most money agencies that have been like, we're going to kill people and experiment on them. Of course, the UN Special Rapporteur on Torture is going to be intimidated. Of course, somebody's going to come talk to him. You're going to talk about cyber. They're making trillions of dollars. Like probably just America is making hundreds of billions of dollars. I don't even know the money. It's just a whole lot of money, right? A global industry where the most powerful people, and this is what happens when the system becomes completely corrupt, atomized. Like to have a good system anywhere, it'd have to be a start over, a get away from this, a get away from the technology. This system cannot be fixed. They want to murder a lot of people. Okay, so General Electric, GE Research, and a subsidiary of aerospace giant General Dynamics. One effort spearheaded by AT&T at Nellis Air Force Base in Nevada will apply 5G to distributed command and control. Look at that. Okay, so one effort spearheaded by AT&T. So AT&T is like funding experimentation with 5G for dual use 5G. AT&T. You know how illegal that is? How corrupt that is that a phone company is going to help in experimenting with dual use 5G? One effort spearheaded by AT&T at Nellis Air Force Base in Nevada will apply 5G to distributed command and control systems in order to aid in airspace and cyberspace lethality. Listen to that. In order to aid in airspace and cyber, they're just going to be able to do this faster. The crap that they're doing to us at a certain percentage level of society, they're doing things to target individuals. They are already using like 5G and probably even things more advanced. But if they get the whole infrastructure with 5G going really fast, they can do this to anybody at any time. It's filling in the gaps in the system. I mean, this is my thoughts. Pretty soon, we don't have to worry about proving this to people. It's going to be everywhere. People are going to be getting hurt by it everywhere. It's going to be this huge mess that has to be fixed. And maybe this is just a thought, guys. This is just a thought. I'm not saying it's 100%. Okay, this is just me talking. But okay, every country goes balls to the wall with this technology, is murdering everybody, torturing everybody. Everything's crazy. It's already happened, but it gets worse with this 5G dual use stuff. They're already doing it, but coming out and saying it, and then maybe the UN has to step in. Oh, people are getting tortured in their countries by this technology. The UN is going to have to step in. Maybe the UN gets more power after this global crisis of murder and torture in every country, right? I'm seeing that plan for, and I'm not saying that's a good thing, the UN stepping in. I'm saying it may be part of a plan to give the UN more power globally and to have the top of the pyramid work through the UN and have more power over countries. Like, so this program could get shut down. These things could get shut down and the UN could come in and have more power, and it may be part of a plan. I'm not sure about that. I'm just saying. Jerusha says the idea of private corporations is totally BS. They're all contracted. Yeah. They're all connected. Hey, Slack man, how you doing, brother? So Jerusha says, yeah, I had a friend who paid a private place himself to do an MRI, and it shows a giant metallic thing in his forearm. Yeah, I've been putting it off going to a doctor because I just don't think I'm going to get help, and I want to avoid that. But I'm going to push. I'm going to push with a couple of doctors that I think could help me with this. Distributed command and control systems in order to aid in airspace and cyberspace lethality. Airspace and cyber. So air lethality. See, you got an infrastructure, guys. This is saying you got air lethality, and if they can shoot down a missile, if they can shoot some directed energy at a missile and stop it or blow it up or whatever, they can damn well shoot somebody in the frickin' brain. They can shoot somebody in the head, or they can do heterodyning electromagnetic fields. People have to jump all over this. Like, people have to jump all over. I think I don't know. We talk about it. Is it already too late? We're in the empire. Everybody waited too long. They did it on purpose. All this stuff incrementally. But this is the issue. You can't deal with anything else when you're being mind controlled. You can, but you're probably going to do the wrong thing. And people are going to get into fights and everything like that. People will be able to be used more. And honestly, guys, I can't prove this, but maybe there'll be some talk. Joe Biden had deterioration in his brain, right? Before these debates and stuff like that, there's something going on where it's like, man, his brain's not doing too good. You see him in those debates, he's pretty sharp. He looks like I don't know. I think maybe he's either got V2K, some kind of technology that's helping him along, or drugs or something. The technology's so advanced. Cool, Slack. Yeah, I guess relatively I'm okay. Relatively. Still being targeted. I want to stop. Okay, so at Washington State's Joint Base Lewis McChord, AT&T will also work alongside Booz Allen and 2 other firms to develop 5G-enabled virtual reality technology for training, mission planning, and even operational use, though the Pentagon provided no examples of the latter application. Operational use, though the Pentagon provided no examples, it's hitting people. It's hitting people in the body. It's sending a signal to the brain to read the brain, and a return signal to read the brain, and then a signal in to manipulate the brain. How did the world end up like this? Like, mind control, and nobody believes it, and nobody wants to deal with it. And it's like, all these things where it's like, hey, this is mind control. You got Neuralace, the Pentagon saying they want to use 5G for dual use. All these things they just lied about before, saying 5G is not dangerous. They're coming out and saying, yeah, it can hurt people. We lied. Like, and what? I mean, what the fuck? What the F? And then you got the special rapporteur on torture. He gets all these testimonies and everything. He says he's going to talk about cyber torture, and then no, none of that comes out. I guarantee you he was threatened. How about that? How about you? I guarantee you that Niels Melzer was threatened. There's no way he wouldn't be, unless he's complete UN shill, doing the plan for the UN or whatever, and there's a plan with what's going on with us and everything. If he's like a real deal and he's like actually doing real stuff, he definitely got threatened. He definitely got threatened. He got threatened for Assange and Manning, and he got threatened for us. That guy's in a bad situation, man. If he's for real, we need to help him out and like give him stuff like that. I wonder what happened to the last one. I think he just left. But the last special rapporteur. Okay, so we don't need to read the Swedish thing. Oh, wait. Swedish ministers, Russian trolls fanning 5G fears turn out to be anti-radiation activists led by local granny. Swedish ministers, Russian trolls fanning 5G fears. Still have articles saying that people are conspiracy theories about 5G. It's not dangerous. Yet the Pentagon announces $600 million to actually do experimentation on dual use, how to hurt people with it. They already know how to hurt people with it. This is a lie. The costly. If I'm getting too wound up, I'm sorry. So SHP says, I believe he is a UN shill. SHP says, I found Neil's statement was not strong. It had zero intention of helping. But think about this, SHP. Think about if he's not a shill. He talked about cyber torture in the Human Rights Council things, right? And then it's like he's getting all these testimonies, he's learning about it. Julian Assange is targeted and stuff, so he knows about it. He's going to plan this speech on cyber torture. He tells Liliana, tells Magnus that he's planning on doing this in the General Assembly. Then he gets there, and it's this general stuff because he had to go talk to the secretary. I think he had to go talk to the Secretary General of the United Nations or something, talk to the leadership, right? And in that time, too, intimidation or threats. And so what he told Liliana and Magnus that he would do, he did not do. Like, so for me, what I'm thinking is not shill. I'm thinking intimidation, and that he's going slow on it. That's just what I'm thinking, because I don't get a bad feeling from him. So the Costly Initiative, it's like 244. The Costly Initiative will also see testing carried out at Hill Air Force Base in Utah, a Marine Corps logistics facility in Georgia, and California's Naval Base San Diego. Oh, wow, in San Diego? The Costly Initiative will also see testing carried out at Hill Air Force Base in Utah, a Marine Corps logistics facility in Georgia and California's Naval Base San Diego, where the companies will develop smart warehousing systems and work to integrate 5G cell networks with Air Force radars. You see, they've got an infrastructure. They've got a weapons infrastructure, a directed energy weapons infrastructure. They're hitting targeted individuals at global. It's a global infrastructure. This 5G, like I was telling you, is another part to the infrastructure to fill it in to make it stronger, right? And then they get these telecommunications companies, these phone companies, to participate with routing signals and radar, with routing Air Force radars. They're going to integrate 5G cell networks with Air Force radars. So why would you integrate a 5G cell network with Air Force radars? Well, I'm getting hit with radar right now and from microwave tower around me. I'm a targeted individual. I'm getting hit with radar, I think, to do a lot of the remote neural manipulation, but I'm also getting hit externally by microwave towers. I'm getting hit with both. Why would you want to integrate those things? To hit people, to integrate integrated directed energy weapon systems, integrated neuro weapon systems. And integrated neuro weapon systems is an integrated directed energy weapon system. You know what? I think every neuro weapon system. I mean, I guess just say integrated directed energy weapon systems. But it's to do this stuff. It's to hit more people. It's to, just like Robert Duncan said, to scale the technology up. He is more right than anything. How does that work when everybody knows that they're being hit and everything? I have no freaking clue what's going to happen. I just know things are going to change. Like, you can't have something unprecedented like this and it just like, okay, the Pentagon announces they're going to use this for dual use and everything. In the UN, like, getting closer and closer to it, things are popping off the wall. We just keep knocking down the wall. The rapid growth of 5G technology has stoked controversy, not only among the conspiracy-minded. Well, that's what they say. They say everybody who has a problem with 5G is just an idiot conspiracy theorist. But in the realm of geopolitics as well, the Pentagon's vast new project comes amid an ongoing spat between the U.S. government and Chinese telecom Huawei over its 5G services, which Washington has banned while pressuring a number of European allies to do the same. U.S. officials insist the company poses a threat to both privacy and national security, despite Huawei's repeated denials that its systems are used for data theft or espionage on behalf of Beijing. I don't know about all that. I was thinking like, dude, this is a huge deal. If the Pentagon says they're coming out and they're doing testing with 5G dual use, that's like publicized that you can use 5G to like hurt people. You know, at some point, the experimentation they're doing on us, they'll no longer need it. Unless they're just like, okay, we got to still make these people look mentally ill, and we got to just do terminal experimentation. At a certain point, they're going to be like, they're going to be doing other things like this kind of stuff. That's kind of, it's the same thing, but it's going to be like more out, and maybe our experimentation won't be needed, or it will be pulled back in some ways. And I just want to stop it. That's all I freaking care about, guys. That's really all I care about. I'll just be honest. Like, I want to get justice and stuff. That can come later, blah, blah, blah. I just want to stop this and get on my life. Astronomical growth coming. 43% of global active smartphones. What the frick? What the frick? I didn't push anything there. Astronomical growth coming. 43% of global active smartphones will be 5G ready by 2023. This is bad. This is like smart cities. This is the Internet of Things, hooking the brain up to it. I mean, all that stuff is on. I don't know if there was more to this article. I don't think so. There's some other articles on it that maybe I'll make some videos about, but this is big. The Pentagon is admitting that 5G has dual use. Of Baphomet since 1966. I guess the Pentagon. Okay, they're talking about the Rockefellers hit on Kennedy. Yeah, it does. I mean, if you stick with it, I did it for 1 month, and then I did it for 1 month. I stuck with it. I was doing the Epsom salt baths. I'd do an Epsom salt bath, and then I'd do a borax bath with palm olive soap. The palm olive soap makes the hair real frizzy though. So I would do that almost every day. Like sometimes I would skip a day, and then I'd do the potassium iodide every day, and boron. I'd take boron, and then the bentonite clay and stuff. And I stayed really steady with it for a month. The V2K and the pain went down, but then I couldn't keep with it because I'm spinning a bunch of other plates too. Yeah, I'm spinning a bunch of other plates with other. Oh, that's perfect, guys. We're at about the 2-hour mark. That's perfect. Seems like I organized my time better. It didn't just fly by on this one. So that's a good sign. Captain Ramia says, Sammy, it works great. The most important things are the baths with Epsom salt, potassium iodide, boron supplement, and magnesium. Yeah, magnesium is very important too. Actually, I think I need to go ahead and take my magnesium. Hey, Roger MK. Roger says advanced TRS uses breakthrough nanotechnology to remove and cleanse toxins and heavy metals from your body. All this is performed at a cellular level. So advanced TRS. I've never heard of that. I'm using zeolite, which kind of does some of that, but advanced TRS. We need to look into that. Advanced TRS. Thank you, Roger. Advanced. I think that's priority. Like if you're not using shielding and stuff, I think even like while you're trying to do shielding to cleanse the heavy metals, to cleanse the toxins and everything from the brain and the body can completely change things. And I need to do a better job of it too. Jimbo says 6G is being worked on now, but Jimbo, 6G is being worked on now to release to the public, right? 6G is being like, they're getting it ready to roll it out like 5G, but they've been using 6G with the weapons, weapons infrastructure and everything for a long time. Advanced TRS? So they've had 6G and 7G. I know that 7G is photonic energy, that your DNA is an antenna, and 7G can actually connect with your DNA. It can manipulate DNA. I'm not sure what 6G entails. I think it's just a faster frequency. I need to learn more about 6G though. All right, SHP, thank you for coming. And everybody check out SHP's channel. SHP says, well, I'm heading to my couch. Night all. Keep posting, Kyle. I appreciate you. Share evidence, dig, post. They can't defeat. That is if we post the truth. Yeah, definitely. And thanks for coming, SHP. Definitely, man. Look at this. I mean, look at the Pentagon saying, look, we're gonna so TRS, let's put that up. This is a lot of these things coming together, guys. A lot of these things. But see, yeah, just what we need 6G and 7G. These things, 6G and 7G, are already being used on targeted individuals. You see, it just not rolled out to the public. So they're using photonic energy like 7G, and they're probably, I would say, and I'm not sure, 6G, it may have more to do with scalar, you know, but I'm not sure. Hey, Honey Ann, it's good to see you too. I was kind of just about to wrap it up because I'm like at the 2-hour mark and I want to go for kind of 2 hours, but it's really good to see you. And you can just go back and watch it. It's pretty good, some good information. I'm going to do more videos on the Pentagon thing. The Pentagon announcing dual use 5G. I think we need to hit that hard because that's the Pentagon announcing stuff that target, and you can hit people with 5G. If you can hit people with 5G, you can hit people with microwaves, you can hit people with electromagnetic frequencies, you can target it on people, and it's just common sense. What we're dealing with is people eventually going, I guess those conspiracy theorists were right, you know, and it's going to change things. Yeah, thank you, Roger, and thanks for coming, Captain. And Samia, in Jerusha. Jerusha McBear says advanced TRS. Yes, Colin, I've been using it. It fits. It does make a difference. You can even buy it through me and my sister. Okay. Advanced TRS. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to check it out, guys. Definitely going to check it out. Thanks for coming, Jimbo. And Slack TI, thanks for coming. New type, anybody I didn't say thanks for coming. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get off. I got a headache. I might just take some kratom. What's that? Legal aid, Katie 61. Okay, I need to check that out. Slack, I need to text you, brother. I've just been doing real bad, just like kind of trying to survive. All right, guys, I love y'all. And I'm gonna try and send you another email, Sammy. I've sent you like 2. I don't know why you're not getting them. Hey, yeah, I was a little bit discombobulated for this live stream, so give me a break. All right, we got some good information out. Hey, Nobody, thank you for coming, man. Okay, that email that you just put in the thing is the right email. It's not the email that you sent the email from. I just send it back to the email you send me. Okay, thank you, Captain. Yeah, you're more than welcome to come to the live streams. I need people because I can't. You know, I can cover some things, but this, you know, what we're dealing with is a massive issue with a lot of different angles. So I really appreciate it, guys. Appreciate people. I appreciate people like giving me helpful stuff in chat to talk about. Yeah, we can talk about all this. Okay, let me write that down. Legal. Why can't I just send it to the email you send? I don't understand. Lady 61. Okay. Well, I'll try sending to that one. Okay. Jerusha says, and hey, Alan, thanks for coming, Alan. Alan says, so glad Kyle and TIs are here. Yeah, man, we got to keep fighting. We're just so much closer. I can feel it than like in 2011, definitely, but even 2014. I know the world's falling apart, but we still got to fight for good things, right? It's like the world's falling apart. I haven't talked about spiritual stuff much lately. I need to talk about some spiritual stuff that I've been thinking about. But we move forward, we awaken, right? Darkness is set in, the empire is set in. God will, you reach to God, have your awakening still with this darkness in the world. You need to have your awakening. If you're a good person and you're connected to God, and you just still be nice to people. We're fighting such impossible seeming fights, right? And we just got to stick with God and do our best. Find the most peace and joy we can, you know. Hey, thank you for coming, Honey Ann. Honey Ann says, peace out. May you guys stay safe. We are survivors. Survivors of cyber torture. Survivors of target survivors. Sometimes I have like, well, I guess I won't go into that. Like, like, because Linda, like, I have like guilt that I, lived, cheated. Okay, let's not get into all that. Yes, Captain Raymia says people are massively waking up. Ti, stay hopeful. We got the EU coalition, like they've got a lawyer in craft and more organizations. It's building up. Things are popping off. Things are popping off. We got to get in there. Look at this thing the Pentagon announced. Dual use with 5G. And they've been saying 5G is not dangerous. What's going on? Why is the Pentagon announcing that? Why are they announcing this? It's definitely something popping off there. All right, guys. I love y'all. Thank you for coming, Samia. I'm going to try and email you back from where you sent. Try and email this one too. Just send you an email. Okay. All right, guys. I love y'all. I'll see you on the next one. Oh, really? With you, man. Email me at vulcanwolverine@gmail.com. I need to get, because mine's really expensive. I'll get like 90 capsules for like $50 or something. It's really bad. It's really bad. All right, guys. I love all you guys. Thank y'all for coming. I'll be back. I'll be doing more. I'll definitely be doing more videos and putting more information out. I've just been feeling really sick. Like, I've been feeling really, really sick, and just I want to play my video game instead. It's like I'm not really keeping up with everything that's going on. Like all the stuff that's going on with COVID, anything, like even the election. I did vote. I did vote for Trump. I watched both debates. What's going on with Biden's really weird. I mean, it's like they propped him up and did something to him neurologically, so he seems like a more sturdy candidate. And they're acting like it's not a foregone conclusion that Trump's going to win. Everything's rigged. I mean, everything's rigged. Okay, oh yeah. Nadia says alpha lipoic acid helps for the nerve pain. I have some of that too. Thank you, Nadia. Thank you so much for coming. Okay. Yeah, Jerusha says it. This is a rough time for a lot of us, Kyle. You're not alone. Blessings to all. Yeah, we're not alone. So many people are being, under tyranny and being targeted and everything like that. We're not alone at all. It's just people are hushed up about it, right? They're scared. They're like, is this just happening to me and my family? They use kind of our separation of families to do awful things to us. And then you feel like you're the only one it's happening to. But that's not true. Yeah, I think Captain Ramia says Biden was on some powerful drug, neurotechnology. I think it's neurotechnology, and I think he's being fed answers through like that inner voice thing. Not V2K where it's audible, but that inner voice thing where it pops out. I think they're using neurotechnology, like in debates and stuff like that. There's no way this stuff can stay under the surface. It hasn't. It's just people talking about it in the positive ways. Oh, transhumanism and what I keep forgetting Elon Musk is doing and everything like that. They're focused on all the positive things about what it can do, and then when we cry, hey Lynn, thank you for coming. Love you too. I love all you guys. Y'all stay strong, all right? I'm going to go ahead and end the stream, but I'll be doing something soon. Oh, thank you. come down to the swamp area where we wrestle alligators. Thanks for coming, Punisher Man. I got keep missing your calls. I'll just call you sometime. I can't do it tonight, but maybe like tomorrow I'll call you, man. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end it, but I will see y'all soon. We'll see all you guys soon. We're all working. We're all moving forward. God bless you all. God protect you all. God bless your families. God protect all your families.